So we begin by factorizing each of the two denominators. So this had a GCF of W, and this was a difference of squares. And now that we see what these denominators are made out of, we can go through and give each piece what it needs. For instance, this denominator here, this needs an extra copy of W, and this one here needs a copy of W minus 7. And so now that we have that, we have denominators with the same three pieces. And so I'll just call this the LCD down below to save us time. We can distribute the 9. And now we can turn two fractions into one. And we can actually combine 9W minus 5W to get 4W. And so we get this in the numerator, and the denominator, we leave it factorized. So this would be the final result. And similarly here, we begin by factorizing all of these denominators. Okay, now we have to decide who needs what. So let's see, we need all three of these to be the same. So what do these have that this needs, for instance? Well, how about this x minus 3? This needs an x minus 3. Okay. What does this need? This guy needs an x plus 3. This needs x plus 3, x plus 3. And what does this need that these guys have? X plus 8. So this needs x plus 8, top and bottom. So now if you look at all of these, the bottoms, forget the tops for now, just look at the bottoms. All of these bottoms are the same. And so what we're going to do is we're going to refer to that as the LCD. So let's rewrite all three of these fractions. So the LCD is in the bottom. I wrote everything side by side on the top. Now let's actually perform this distribution. Distribute for all of the numerators. So here's what we should get. If you expand this numerator, it should be that there. Distribute that, and it should be what you get right there, like that. And here, if you expand that, this is what it should be. LCD, LCD, LCD. So how about now we write one giant fraction instead of three smaller ones. So I have this here, plus that there, minus that there. And I put this in parentheses because that negative, there's a negative 1 here, which we now have to distribute. And so now here's what we have. Now let's see what happens. This x squared knocks out that negative x squared, and that piece stays the same. We can combine 10x, 9x, and 2x, and we can go 16 plus 3. So if you combine like terms in the numerator, here's what we should get. So combining like terms up here gives you these pieces there. And instead of LCD, you fill in what the LCD actually was. And this here would give us the final result.